today I want to go through with you how to install your nucleus colony into a 8 frame or 10 frame hive. So you receive your 8 frame, your nucleus in a core flute box like this, and when you receive it, it's ready to be, the bees have built up enough ready to be put into a full hive. One thing to note is if you're not going to do it straight away, so you're going to keep the nucleus in the position for a few days before install, a few days or a few weeks before installing in the 8 frame box. Make sure you put it in the exact position so the foraging bees learn where the hive is, so then when you do transfer it, they don't have to reorientate and learn where the hive is again. So we'll go ahead and get started. I'll put my veil on and we'll get into it. So one thing to note, I don't smoke the bees when I'm installing them. What I like to do is allow them to be able to communicate through smell as much as possible when putting them into your box, so then all the bees that fly around can then smell the queen, and then they learn where the new hive is. So another thing to make sure that if you've got your package, your nucleus colony, and the entrance is shut, make sure that you're facing the entrance the same way the entrance of the new hive will be. So when you open it up, there will be a fair few bees flying around, so make sure you have everything else ready. So you're going to need 3 extra frames obviously, because this is a 5 frame box and this is an 8 frame box. When I do it, I don't usually inspect each frame. The idea is to try and get it in probably as, not super quick, but reasonably quickly, just to make sure that you don't lose the queen, particularly if you're new. You're probably quite nervous about doing this. Just take your time and relax. As long as you're suited up, the bees will fly around a lot, but just try not to be nervous and everything will go well. So I don't look for the queen, I just want to get these bees into that box. Trying to keep the frames in the right order too. Don't mix them up and put one frame there and then the other one on the other side. Keep them all in the same order. One thing I do like to do though, depending on the season, and if there's a good honey flow, or it's spring usually when you'll get your package, is because it's an 8 frame box, I like to put one of the frames, one of the empty frames, between 2 drawn out frames, so that way the bees can't get it wrong. They've got to build straight along the new frame, and then the 2 outer frames are the only ones that are by themselves as well, so they've got to build straight along those as well. It just stops any cross combing. of the times they will propolize it to the edge of the box as well. So you've just got to try and pry it away without taking too much of the comb. So you put your 2 empty frames in. And they're ready to go. So with the empty box, I like to just have a quick look to make sure the queen's not in here. Generally she won't be. And it's the only real time I'm a little bit rough with the bees. What I'm going to do is bump them down and then shake them in. It's all done, so now we just need to put the inner cover on if you're using one, and then the top cover. That's it, it's done. So what I'd do is then check on the bees probably within 7 days time, just to make sure they're starting to draw comb on those new frames nice and straight. Make sure that you can find eggs and larvae, that you haven't lost the queen in the process of transferring them over, and they should be good. And then the other thing I like to do, it's not necessary, but is just to make sure, I can already see there's a bee there that's got their bum in the air and fanning its wings, which is an indication that the queen's in the box, and she's spreading a pheromone to say, here she is. All the other bees will come in and finding entrance, and the colony will kick on.